You open your eyes, and a new day greets you. Light slips through the curtains, the air carries that clean morning freshness, and you murmur a promise to yourself. Today, I'll care for this body. Maybe you stretch, maybe you slip on your walking shoes, maybe you replay that workout video from last night. Deep down, your reason is simple. You want health, you want energy, you want strength that lasts. But pause with me for a second. What if the very things you thought were protecting you were quietly working against you? What if those well-meant moves were putting pressure on the very engine that's been keeping you alive through every laugh, every storm, every single breath, your heart? Once we step into our 60s, the body isn't the same canvas it used to be. It carries wisdom, but also fragility that asks to be respected. What used to charge you up in younger years can now backfire if the pace is too hard, the timing too harsh, or the intensity too high. That's not weakness, that's your body whispering, treat me with care. So walk with me for a while. Let me uncover 5 everyday exercises that, on the surface, look harmless, but can quietly chip away at the strength you're trying to preserve. Don't let that scare you, because this isn't only about what to stop, it's about finding a new rhythm, safer choices, movements that restore instead of break down. Let's step in. 1. High-intensity interval training, HIIT. You've seen it everywhere, short bursts of fire, trainers yelling, push harder, sweat flying in every direction. To the young, it looks like a magic ticket to fitness. But for an older heart, it's like slamming the gas pedal on a car with worn-out brakes. The jolt is too sharp, the strain too sudden. Eventually, something gives. Science already warns us. Blood vessels lose elasticity with age, recovery slows, and sudden spikes of exertion hit the system much harder than they used to. Every sprint, every rapid-fire squat, every lightning speed jump is a demand your heart might not be ready to answer. I've watched people who only wanted to keep up with the kids crumble under routines like this. One gentleman followed along with his grandson's workout videos, fueled by determination. But soon he was dizzy, breathless, his heartbeat stumbling out of rhythm. He thought it was just old age. In truth, his heart was begging for mercy. So what's the wiser path? Don't stop moving, shift the style. Replace those brutal bursts with steady walks in the morning light, easy laps in a pool, or the flowing grace of Tai Chi in the park. They won't make the headlines, but they'll make you stronger, steadier, and keep your heart singing its steady song for many more years. 2. Crunches and heavy lifting. You tell yourself, I want to stay strong. I want to carry groceries with ease, lift my grandkids high, keep my independence. That desire is beautiful. But here's the catch. Certain strength moves, especially when they're rushed, overloaded, or unguided, don't just stress muscles, they slam extra pressure into your chest. With every crunch, every overloaded lift, your blood pressure can rocket upward in seconds, often without a single warning. You might not feel it, but your heart does. And if stiff arteries or hidden plaque are already in the mix, that surge is like a storm hammering fragile walls. I once knew a woman who trained with so much spirit, copying what the younger crowd was doing in the gym. For a while, she felt unstoppable, until one day she turned pale, nearly fainted, and later discovered her blood pressure had skyrocketed to dangerous levels. She wasn't fragile, she just didn't know the risk. But don't hear me wrong, strength itself is not the enemy. It's a gift. It's how we keep moving, keep bending, keep living fully. The key is in how you build it. Swap heavy iron for resistance bands. Slow down, avoid jerky movements. Breathe through each lift, never hold it in. And if you can, lean on a trainer who understands what an older heart needs. Because real strength isn't about benching more than the person next to you. It's about carrying your life with ease, peace, and the freedom to keep showing up day after day. Take a deep breath now. Because the next danger doesn't just come from the workouts you choose. It can come from the very air you breathe, from the weather that wraps itself around you when you step outside. 3. Outdoor workouts in extreme weather. Step outside, and the air greets you, sometimes crisp and biting, sometimes thick and heavy. A walk outdoors feels like freedom, doesn't it? But past 60, what feels refreshing can quickly become a challenge your heart wasn't ready to meet. When you were younger, your body's thermostat adjusted with ease. Blood vessels opened and closed like finely tuned gates. But age stiffens that system. The heart must push harder just to keep balance. In the cold, vessels tighten, blood pressure rises fast. In the heat, vessels swing open wide, forcing the heart to pump like mad to keep you cool. I'll never forget a man who believed his midday walks under the burning sun were his secret to staying strong. Until one sweltering afternoon, halfway home, his body gave out. He collapsed, not from lack of willpower, but from heat's crushing load on his heart. That day never needed to happen. The truth is simple but powerful. Timing is everything. Choose mornings when the air is kinder. Find steady indoor spaces when the weather rages outside. Drink before you're thirsty. Keep sipping as you move. In winter, layer clothes and peel them off as you warm up. And above all, listen. Dizziness, shortness of breath, even a wave of fatigue, they're not small annoyances. They're messages. 4. Fast, jerky movements. There's something exhilarating about speed. Jumping, twisting, moving with fire. It sparks that old feeling of youth. It makes you feel alive again. But the body that's carried you through 7 decades isn't built to handle sudden jolts the way it once did. Reflexes slow down. Balance takes longer to catch. Blood vessels lose the bounce they used to have. And when you leap, spin, or change direction in a flash, your body might not catch up in time. Research shows the heart lags behind those sudden demands. Blood pressure spikes like a roller coaster, and rhythm can stumble. I'll never forget meeting a woman in her 70s who loved dance classes. She lit up the room, proud to keep pace with steps written for dancers half her age. But then one quick sidestep came too sharp, and she stumbled. Not because she was clumsy, but because her body reacted a split second slower than her mind. She walked away unhurt, but her confidence shook, and her heart raced long after the music stopped. Does that mean the music fades? No, it means the music must change. Flowing routines, tai chi, water aerobics, slow stretches don't shock the system, they soothe it. They protect balance, steady the heart, and bring a kind of grace that lasts far beyond the dance floor. Here's the quiet truth most people miss. Gentleness is not weakness. Gentle, consistent movement preserves strength, confidence, and independence. Each steady step builds resilience. Each calm breath protects your heart. And each day becomes another layer of stability instead of risk. 5. Late night workouts. Evenings feel peaceful, don't they? Dinner's over. The house is quiet. And you think this is the perfect time to move. Maybe a walk before bed, a quick workout, a few stretches. It seems harmless. But what your heart craves at night isn't effort, it's rest. Sleep is when your heart repairs itself. Push too close to bedtime, and instead of winding down, your body fires up. Adrenaline rises, nerves stay alert, and the stillness your heart longs for gets delayed. The research is clear. Late workouts keep older hearts ticking faster deep into the night. Younger bodies bounce back in minutes, but older ones stay wired. Instead of drifting into deep sleep, the nervous system hums, stealing the restorative rest your heart depends on. I once knew a retired teacher who swore his nightly walks helped him drift off. But night after night, he woke at 3 in the morning, restless, his heartbeat unsettled. Only when he shifted his walks to mid-morning did his sleep return, deep, steady, and healing. No pills required. And it's not just about feeling tired the next day. Poor sleep sparks high blood pressure, stirs inflammation, and can throw off your rhythm. Night is your heart's repair shop. Keep moving too late, and the repairs don't get done. So gift your workouts to the daylight hours, morning or early afternoon. Let evenings belong to peace. Stretch, breathe, meditate. Teach your body that the day is finished, so your heart can find the silence it needs to heal. Now, we've walked through 5 hidden dangers. But I want you to leave with more than a list of yes and no. Growing older isn't about losing strength. It's about walking a wiser road, one guided by understanding instead of force. Think about it. You've made it this far. Through storms and victories, laughter and loss, your heart has carried you faithfully. That alone is proof of resilience, proof of grace. Maybe, as you listened, you recognized yourself in one of these habits. Maybe you felt the nudge to shift just one thing. That's where transformation begins, not with grand leaps, but with small steps, repeated in kindness, day after day. Your heart isn't asking for miracles. It's asking for care, for gentleness, for respect in this season of life. Let go of the old myth that more always means better. Instead, choose movements that protect your body, rest that restores your spirit, and rhythms that let your heart breathe freely. Because here's the truth, your best years are not behind you. They're waiting ahead, ready to be lived, wisely, joyfully, purposefully. So take care. And remember, you're not on this path alone. We're walking it side by side.